the biggest theme for me that I've been feeling for the collective, and for me too, because obviously whatever I'm feeling, I'm part of the collective, is this play between shadow and light, which is very pertaining to the eclipse, right? This play between shadow and light. So what does that mean for us? It's probably some shadow aspects that are coming up for you, coming up to the surface. Sometimes you might just have random memories, or just unresolved situations in your life that can go back to your teenage years. Um, and also, especially when it comes to relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but any kind of relationship with your family, with your friends, and also the relationship with yourself. Okay. So if it comes up, thoughts or fears, worries, things from the past, just know that it's coming up for resolving, for you to acknowledge it, and you can just say, I thank you, and I let it go. Because what you're doing, you're creating more space for this new cycle that we're entering. Also within the Ring of Fire eclipse theme, there's this war shadow coming out of the closet. And obviously, we all know, there's actually a war happening, and it's obviously very sad, and our heart goes out to that area of the world and everybody who's suffering from this. But also because the shadow aspect within us as well, it's coming out of the closet or coming up to the surface again for us to face it and heal it and resolve it. And I know all of you have done shadow work before, and sometimes it's like, do I still need to do more shadow work? Right? And then there's always a deeper layer. Okay. And be aware of wars within your relationships, but especially within yourself. Are you at war with parts of yourself? Okay. And the most important thing, other than accepting it, acknowledging it, thanking it, letting it go, is just to hold your frequency and to hold the highest timeline, the vision of this oneness, this unity consciousness, this 5D new earth that we are co-creating. Okay. They want us to bring our frequency down to this 3D Armageddon timeline that we know it's crumbling. Okay. That we know that there are higher timelines that exist. So the best thing that we can do is just to hold our frequencies up. And so a prompt for you that you can reflect on, maybe do a little bit of journaling, is what habits and what thoughts, what rituals can help me hold my frequency high. Okay. It can be as simple as just play your favorite pop tune and do a little bit of a dance in your bedroom. Okay. Just some things that you can do just to hold your frequency high. And like I mentioned before, some memories might be coming up to your conscious mind, and you might be very random, and some messages might come through dreams. Okay. Maybe you might be having some more vivid dreams lately. Okay. So just a heads up, pay attention to what you're dreaming, and just whenever you wake up, you can just kind of try to remember, and reflect on what my dreams are telling me. Okay. So it's a good time as well to keep a dream journal, even if you just kind of jot down a few things that you remember, because then during the day, you might have an insight of, oh, I get it, why I've been having that dream, because you can find clarity, and we're going to talk about finding more clarity. You can find clarity and answers to some of the questions that you may not even know that you have through dreams. And if you're someone who doesn't dream a lot, a tip that I can give you is, just before you go to bed, you can just set that intention to remember your dreams, because we all dream. We all do a lot of astral work and astral travel in our sleep, but sometimes we don't remember it. Okay. So you can set that intention. And again, within the theme of the eclipse, eclipses bring a lot of changes, right? And there has been, still happening, a big shift for starseeds, especially after the 23rd of September, the equinox, right? We have moved up another octave in the Earth's scale, in the Earth's ascension scale. Okay. And things are looking like they're falling into place, and you might be having a better sense of balance. And that's also to do with the Libra energy, right? Libra has this sense of, okay, I'm feeling more neutral, I'm feeling more a sense of balance. Maybe you might be thinking things aren't necessarily falling into place, but you're just finding a sense of balance, and continue to have patience, because this things will continue to fall into place. Okay, sometimes it gets a little messy for things to fall into place, right? And there might be still a desire for decluttering, for making space for the new, literally, physically, but also energetically, emotionally, mentally. I've been, since the 23rd of September, I've been cleaning my closets and wardrobes, and I just want to give things away. I've donated clothes, and I still want to do it. I'm still in that space of wanting to declutter and give things away, and making room, literal room, space, but also internally, energetically. Okay, so you might be going through something that's not necessarily maybe not necessarily pleasant, but that's also clearing space within your energetic field. Okay, thoughts, emotions, beliefs, clearing. So the prompt here is just continue to make space, but also have patience, because a bigger sense of clarity is coming for you. Okay, this month of October 2 is a great opportunity for you to develop your intuitive skills. Actually, today is a great opportunity for you to develop your intuitive skills, or your psychic abilities in general. So you may notice that your meditations have been a little deeper, you are seeing things, or you're hearing things, or even if it's just a desire to do something different, to start writing, free writing, automatic writing, or change it up. Instead of listening to the meditation that you've always listened, you want to change and start listening to different frequencies. So there's either the development is already happening, or there's this desire to try new things in your spiritual practice. And so the prompt that I give you for reflection is, what practices can I add into my daily routine to develop such skills? Okay. Compassion energy is strong and much, much needed. Okay. We are more and more moving out of this duality reality, this duality mindset, into neutrality, i.e., into Christ consciousness, i.e., 5D consciousness, oneness, unity consciousness, love. Okay. And it's very challenging, I'm not gonna lie, especially when you're holding a vision of this new earth, but then you go out of your house, or even you just talk to a friend or a family member, and you can clearly see that there is still operating in a lower level of consciousness, in a 3D level of consciousness. And I say this without judgment, because we've all been there. And sometimes it's challenging because we care about them, right? And also because we're holding the vision of the future. But that's why compassion energy is so strong right now, and so much needed. Also, again, when you might hear the news of what's happening in certain parts of the world, and all of that is really asking from us to have more compassion. And we can't forget to have compassion for ourselves too. Okay. And sometimes that can be the hardest too. So the prompt that I offer is, in what moments am I requested to amp up my compassion, both for self and others? And it's something that I do. I call upon Christ energy, and I mean Christ consciousness, because Jesus, or Yeshua, was the embodiment of love and Christ consciousness. But I really ask for their energy of compassion, which is infinite. And I call upon Christ energy, and I just mentally say, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. Or even forgive me for I do not know what I'm doing, or I did not know what I'm doing, and now I know better. So I guess these two things go hand in hand: compassion, forgiveness. Okay. And the last one is for creatives. And I put in quotes because I believe that we are all creatives. But if you're someone who works with creativity, or either you have a project or a business, or you work in a job that demands you to be creative and to collaborate with other people, this month you might feel more inspired and expanding your awareness and desire around co-creation. So there are fruitful collaborations this month, and the message is just to really trust your ideas, whatever ideas you're having, whatever ideas you're channeling, because you are channeling. And so you can journal about it, and you can ask, what am I being called to create, and who am I creating with and for? And I think this idea of co-creation and collaboration is getting stronger and stronger for us as we move into this new earth.